Hello to everyone out there. I am a nail polish enjoyer, and if you're watching this video, I'm assuming you are as well. However, you could also just be an enjoyer of end of the year recaps. So, I would like to introduce myself. I am a nail polish enjoyer. I have over 200 of them, and throughout the year of 2024, I have been tracking every single manicure that I have done, and I would like to share them with you. I have notated what polishes I used, the date I did the manicure, the color of it, the finish of it, whether it was an untried polish in the manicure, as well as just my own personal rating of the manicure, usually after I have worn it for like a week. If you're wondering why I have over 200 bottles of nail polish, it's because I kind of fell into a rabbit hole and discovered indie nail polish. So most of my collection is Holo Taco, as well as Cirque Colors and ILNP. I have a few other favorites like Polish for Days and Olive Polish. My first boutique nail polish purchase was in 2021, and I have been unwell ever since. I have also destashed a lot, so I think my collection is around 220 or so right now, but I definitely have had over 300 polishes in my possession at one point or another. But thankfully, I realized that I was kind of distracting myself with nail polish purchasing instead of focusing on the reasons why I was needing a distraction in the first place. So I also have a lot of anxiety, but I have been managing it pretty well lately. So there's that. But I think that sometimes our anxieties can seep into hobbies that we love and make them not as lovable. So I want to start this channel because I love this hobby, and I know a lot of people fall out of love with it sometimes because that anxiety can be overwhelming. And when I talk about anxiety in this hobby specifically, I mean like perhaps accumulating too much so you don't even know what to wear. You may follow brands that kind of feed into FOMO marketing, or you might also feel like you need a bigger collection all the time and you need to have every single finish in every single color. And having such a large collection can lead to issues with storage and space, and you might not even have room to do any other hobbies that you might like to venture into. So you might feel like you've kind of dug yourself into this hole and it's impossible to get out of it. And all of these things can just add and feed into our anxiety. And honestly, we do not need more anxiety. So I just want to talk about those things and also focus on the fun side of nail polish. So like I've mentioned, still do my manicure every week, and I have a lot of fun with it. But I also try to be very mindful of purchases because I have learned a lot from my mistakes over the past around 4 years in the nail polish world. So I would like to share some of that, but also learn a lot from you guys as to how we as a community can do better going forward and supporting each other, because that's what life's about. Anyway, so let's get on to the spreadsheet. All right, so now I want to go over a couple graphs that I made using the data from the year. The first is the colors that I used throughout the year. So, as you can see, I have used green the most. But honestly, not by as wide as a margin as I would have thought, just because green is like one of my favorite colors, especially to wear on my nails. And I have like a similar relationship to purple. So I kind of thought it would be like 50% green and purple, and the other 50 is like every other color. But no, it seems like purple, blue, and green kind of have similar slices. So, with third place being given to Skittles, which, if you're unaware, is just when you kind of paint each nail a different color. However, the next single color that I wore was pink, which honestly really surprised me because I used to hate pink nail polish like a lot, but I had a polish kind of totally transform my perception of pink. That polish was Cirque Colors Wildberry West. So I feel like ever since I have tried that, I've just been really into pink, and I've been trying to acquire more pinks in my collection, which is probably why pink was so high. Nude polishes being in last place is honestly not surprising to me at all. However, what was surprising to me is that I never wore brown polish. I really like brown polish, and I never wore it the whole year. So that's a little embarrassing. All right, now I want to talk about the finishes that I wore. As you can see, shimmers of some variety ended up taking 40% of the whole pie. So I know this is the first time we're meeting, but I feel like this is enough evidence for you to know that I really like shimmer polishes. But honestly, cremes being so high is kind of jarring because I would never think of myself as like a creme girly, but apparently sometimes I'm in the mood for it. And honestly, cremes kind of hit. But I feel like lately I've been wanting to experiment with more toppers. And a topper creme combo is elite. Also, as you can see, some of these categories are a little random. Like, why do I have jelly and crelly and sheer in 3 separate categories? I don't know. But I think I'm gonna try to be a bit more restrictive about what constitutes a finish, because every brand likes to call each finish kind of something different. So I think I'm going to define that a little bit better for next year. So a couple cool statistics that I gathered from my spreadsheet is that I used an untried polish 41 out of 52 times. So that's around 80% of the time. And I think it's interesting because some people might think that that's a good thing because it means that I'm going through and actually using the polishes I'm purchasing. However, when I see that number, it honestly kind of saddens me because that means that I'm only using polishes that were like old to my collection 20% of the time for the whole year. So that kind of opened my eyes a little bit because I realized that every time I kind of purchase a new polish, I was kind of just using it because it's like a tick in the column. It's like, okay, I use that now. On to the next one that I also haven't used. And I look at my collection, it's in my closet. So I look at it in my closet and I want to use it, but I feel like I can only go through the stuff I haven't used yet, because then like what was the point of buying it if I wasn't going to use it? But then if I don't use it immediately, then it's just going to sit in the back of my untried rack forever. So the whole thing's a little scary for me. But the good thing is that I plan to do a low buy in 2025. And that means only buying 10 new polishes. And I do plan on coming out with a low buy / no buy tips video very soon. Some other fun statistics were that I used a Holo Taco nail polish. So this is excluding toppers and top coats and base coats. 19 out of 52 times. So that's about 40% of the time. And then I used a Cirque Colors polish about 25% of the time. So I kind of realized that I really like those brands and I use them a lot. I would say that I use Holo Taco and Cirque Colors more just because they have finishes that I really like, and the finishes usually have pretty good quality. In my spreadsheet, I also have a rating system that I kind of make up myself, with a 1 being like I'm running to put this in the D-stash pile right now, and the 10 being it's immediately one of the most gorgeous things I've ever seen in my whole life. So I realized that my average rating of a manicure was a 78 out of 100. That's pretty good. Honestly, I think a couple really bad manicures just brought that score way down. But I'm still pretty happy with that. And honestly, I feel like 2025 will only go up. So I think I would really recommend tracking your manicures throughout the year, because it might give you insight into what you actually use, and that could help you when you're trying to buy. If one day you wake up and you're like, I need like 30 oranges, but you look at your spreadsheet and you realize you only wore orange twice the past year, you might realize it's not time to buy those 30 oranges. I'm definitely excited to track all of my manicures this year as well. And I think I might edit the spreadsheet just a little bit to maybe include some more things that I could track. If you have any ideas, let me know. But overall, I'm really happy with what I found. Alright, so thank you guys so much for watching. I do plan on coming out with a winter rack video very soon, and that should be followed up by the low buy and no buy tips video. Subscribe if you are interested in hearing me ramble about attempting to be more mindful when it comes to nail polish purchases, as well as having lots of fun with my collection that I already have. Alright, bye!